The morning light slipped gently through the tall windows of the City Museum as Lily Young walked across the marble floor, her heels echoing softly in the quiet hall. London mornings were usually grey and hurried, but inside the museum everything felt calm, timeless, as if the world outside moved too quickly for the art within. "Morning, Lily," called Jeff, the security guard, as he finished his rounds. "Morning, Jeff. Everything secure?" She asked with a polite smile. Every piece exactly where it should be. That was the way Lily liked it. Organized, predictable. After everything she had lost, predictable felt safe. Her best friend and museum director, Michelle Carter, however, believed life should be anything but predictable. And she proved it again that morning. "Lily." Michelle called from her office. "Come here, quickly." Lily stepped inside to find Michelle grinning like she'd discovered buried treasure. "What is it this time?" Lily asked carefully. Michelle turned her laptop around. "A man. Handsome. Single. Owns a kitchen design business." Lily sighed immediately. "You're still using that dating app." "Not for me," Michelle said proudly. "For you." "I am not interested," Lily replied firmly. Michelle folded her arms. "It's been 3 years since Greg died." The name hung in the air like a fragile memory. Greg had been Lily's husband. Her first love. Her only love. At least that was what she believed. He had survived military deployments, overseas only to die in a simple car accident, months after returning home. Since then Lily had convinced herself love happened once. And once was enough. "If soulmates exist," Lily said quietly, "mine died 3 years ago." Michelle shook her head. "Then maybe the world owes you another one." Lily didn't answer. Instead, she went back to work, cataloguing paintings arriving from donors and collectors. But that day, something unusual arrived. A portrait. The moment Lily unwrapped the canvas, she froze. The woman in the painting looked exactly like her. Not similar. Identical. Same eyes. Same smile. Even the tiny beauty marks on her cheek and chin were perfectly painted. Michelle stared at the portrait in disbelief. "Lily, this is you." Lily felt a chill run through her. It can't be. They checked records, shipping slips, donation lists. Nothing. No artist. No sender. No explanation. Until later that night when they discovered one small clue. The painting had been shipped from a small village in Ireland. Michelle immediately booked Lily a flight. "You're going," she insisted. "I can't just fly to Ireland because someone painted my face." Michelle leaned forward. "Lily, what if this painting found you for a reason?" Ireland was nothing like London. Where London rushed, Ireland breathed. Rolling green hills stretched endlessly under wide skies. Stone cottages dotted the countryside like pieces of history that refused to move. And Lily quickly discovered something else. Irish roads were terrifying. Her rental car nearly ran a cyclist off the road within 10 minutes. She slammed the brakes and jumped out. "I'm so sorry." The cyclist stood up, brushing dirt off his coat. He looked at her and froze. For a moment he simply stared. His name was William Murphy. And the moment he saw Lily, his world stopped. Because he had been dreaming about her face for years. William lived in the village post office with his sister Circe. Their family had run the small post office for 4 generations. Life there was simple, delivering letters, sending packages, helping neighbors. When Lily showed them the painting on her phone, Circe gasped. "That's you." William said nothing, but his heart was racing, because years earlier he had painted that exact face. From dreams. When he was 8 years old, he began seeing the face in his sleep. At first it was only faint outlines, but as he grew older, the image became clearer. So he started drawing, then painting, again and again, until finally he completed. A portrait of the mysterious woman he believed existed only in his imagination. But he never told anyone, and he certainly never expected her to walk into his life. Over the next few days, Lily, William, and Circe searched the village for the mysterious sender of the painting. The surname on the shipping slip was O'Brien, one of the most common names in Ireland. They visited farms, pubs, cottages, and churches. They met dozens of colourful characters. Old ladies who spoke in confusing Irish slang. Farmers who invited them for tea. Even a deaf woman who communicated through signs and laughter. The search became less about the painting and more about the journey. Driving narrow country roads. Sharing meals. Watching sunsets over green hills. And slowly, quietly, Lily and William grew closer. They talked about everything. His broken engagement years earlier. Her life with Greg. The fear of loving again. One evening by a quiet lake, Lily looked at William's sketchbook. Inside were dozens of drawings. All of her. Every stage of her face from childhood dreams to the final portrait. Her breath caught. William, you're incredibly talented. He shrugged shyly. It was only a hobby. But Lily knew better. There was something deeply emotional in those drawings. Something real. Something that scared her. Because it meant their meeting might not be coincidence. Eventually, they traced the painting to an auction house. And finally, to an elderly man named Jonathan O'Brien. Jonathan explained everything. 5 years earlier he had purchased the portrait at an auction because his wife loved it. Before she died, she asked him to send it to a museum they once visited in America. That museum was Lily's. The painting had traveled across the ocean simply to honor a dying woman's wish. But the artist had always been William. Lily turned to him slowly. You painted me. William nodded quietly. I saw your face in my dreams for years. Lily didn't know what to feel. It sounded impossible. Fate, destiny, soulmates, words she had spent years refusing to believe. She felt overwhelmed and scared. So she did the only thing she knew how to do. She went home. Back in London, life felt empty again. The museum felt quiet. The painting now hung on the gallery wall. But every time Lily looked at it, she didn't see herself. She saw William. His kindness. His patience. His shy smile. And slowly she realized something. Loving William didn't erase her love for Greg. It didn't replace it. It simply meant her heart was capable of loving again. Meanwhile in Ireland, William struggled with the same truth. He missed her. Every day. Finally Circe gave him the push he needed. Fate may bring two people together, she said, but it's up to them to decide what happens next. So William boarded a plane. For the first time in his life, he left the village and flew to London. Lily was standing in the museum gallery when Michelle rushed in. Someone left this for you. A sketch. Fresh paint. The same Lily's William used as his signature. Lily ran outside. And there he was, standing awkwardly near the entrance. Is it all right that I came? He asked nervously. Lily walked straight toward him. I missed you, she admitted softly. I missed you too. For a moment neither spoke. Then Lily smiled. The painting found its way to me, she said. And I found my way to you. William took her hands gently. I loved you before I even knew you were real, he said quietly. But now I know. Lily looked into his eyes. For the first time since Greg died, she felt something she thought was gone forever. Hope. Maybe fate didn't mean only one love in a lifetime. Maybe fate meant love finding you when you needed it most. She stepped closer. And now? William asked. Lily smiled. Now we see what happens next. And for the first time in years, her heart was ready. Before we continue with the story, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below telling us where you're watching from. Your support really helps the channel grow.